What's up, everybody? It is Broken Havoc here, right here on the Broken Havoc podcast. Here to discuss everything in and outside of the ring of professional wrestling. Here to discuss Monday Night Raw from February 1st, 2021. Yes, we are on the road to WrestleMania 37, of course. That's going to happen in April. This is the first Raw, the fallout from Royal Rumble that happened last Sunday. And, yes, I know I'm kind of late with this, and in the future videos, I'm not going to be late with a lot of these reviews. I'm going to try to be as early as possible. I can't, just I have a lot of stuff to do regarding other stuff that I have to, do. So, yeah, we're going to be more early on when it comes to these reviews. But, yeah, we're going to be breaking down Monday Night Raw. Overall, I thought it was an alright show. It's not the best show. It was, if you were to compare it to other Raws from previous weeks, I mean, it was not that bad of a show, but I mean, it still had a lot of lows. It was not your typical Raw. I mean, it was, but at the same time, it wasn't. It was an show. But yeah, we're gonna be discussing Raw. So let's start off. Drew McIntyre starts off Raw. He basically welcomes everybody to the show. He talks about WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania, and also he talks about Edge winning the Royal Rumble. Talks about his match with Goldberg, which, if you guys didn't know my thoughts on, I thought it was an okay match. It was not the best match, but that match lasted for like 5 minutes. It was not one of the best matches, but I mean, I knew coming into the match that match was not going to go longer than 5 minutes. That's just my opinion. But yeah, he talks about his match. Then all of a sudden, Edge, You Think You Know Me, comes out. Of course, Edge is the winner of the 2021 Royal Rumble match. You guys know my thoughts on that as well. I think it's a great decision as long as they play their cards right. WWE needs to play their cards right in order for this story to play out, and the story really needs to make sense when it comes to this. He basically interrupts. He talks about Drew's original run in WWE and how Edge mentored him, and he basically talks about, he basically tells Drew, hey, what is wrong with you? You keep on showering me with compliments and all that stuff. Dude, I'm your enemy, dude. I'm going to go against you at WrestleMania, which I thought made sense. I mean, like, if you're the champion, dude, you got a target on your back and you're out here giving compliments. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good quote by him. You're giving me all these compliments. I thought it makes sense. Next up, we have Sheamus coming out, and then he comes in and says, "Who are you?" all that stuff. And then Sheamus is just constantly like just talking smack about Edge. Edge is literally like wanting to retaliate, but he doesn't do anything at all. And all of a sudden, Drew talks back at Edge and says, "Hey, look, you better make your decision, or else I'm going to be making your decision for you," which is pretty crazy. That was a crazy part of the segment. And then Edge basically states that he's going to make his decision, and Drew's going to find out in the future of what champion he's going to face. Apparently, I'm filming this on Wednesday, so most likely it's going to be out by midnight, which is a pretty terrible time to upload a video, but yeah, whatever. He is going to be in NXT, which I think is a really dumb decision. Look, I get that they're trying to have NXT involved in this stuff, but at the same time, I mean, like, Edge in NXT, do you honestly believe that he's going to challenge for the NXT title? No, he's not. I think it makes no sense. But that's besides the point. I stated before that the match that should not happen is Roman Reigns versus Edge, because then they're going to have Edge beat Roman Reigns, and I think that's a bad decision for WWE in my opinion. But yeah, he basically he tells Drew that, he's going to make his decision in the future, but whoever he faces at Mania, Edge is going to walk out as the champion. Then all of a sudden, Edge walks out, and then Sheamus literally just bro kicks McIntyre from behind and officially turns heel. Everybody saw this coming. I mean, most likely they're going to have a program with each other, probably, most likely at Elimination Chamber in February, or WWE has another pay-per-view in March, which makes no sense. They have Fastlane in March. They're most likely going to build towards a match between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, most likely at Elimination Chamber. He turns heel on McIntyre officially. Everybody saw this coming. I didn't see no shock or surprise in this whatsoever. All right. We go to commercial break. We come back. Sheamus is interviewed. He states that everyone knows that Sheamus is Drew McIntyre's friend, but he is no longer Drew McIntyre's friend or best friend, and he's gunning for the WWE title. Everybody's seen this coming. All right. First match of the night. We got Riddle versus Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title. All right, couple of notes on the match. Of course, Riddle won that gauntlet last week, which I thought was a pretty good gauntlet. I don't know about you, but I thought it was a pretty good gauntlet. I mean, MVP getting eliminated from the gauntlet was kind of embarrassing. That was like the most embarrassing part of the match, but I thought it was not that bad of a gauntlet. All right, couple notes on the match. Riddle goes after Lashley. Lashley fights back, and Lashley plants Riddle on the mat, hits a suplex on Riddle. Riddle hits a floating brawl on Lashley. Lashley later goes for a hurt lock, a.k.a. Chris Masters' master lock, and does not let go on Riddle and causes a disqualification. One of the worst things about Raw every week is that there's 3 matches every week, or even more than that, that end up causing DQs, or they end in disqualifications, which makes no sense whatsoever. I think it was a bad decision. I mean, I honestly thought that this match was going to be really good, and then all of a sudden, after the referee rings the bell constantly, Lashley continues to apply the hurt lock, and literally just throws him over the barricade, just manhandles him with that. MVP actually tries to not hurt. He tries to have Bobby stop, and he's like, "What's wrong with you?" But yeah. He just overall, I thought this match could have had its potential, but honestly, again, WWE with the disqualifications, they do this all the time. I mean, they do this on SmackDown as well, but they do it all the time on Raw. They always end a match even if it's a match that makes no sense, a match that makes no sense that you don't know why it's gonna happen, but you're gonna watch it anyway. All of a sudden, ends in DQ with either an interference or as we've seen here, Lashley just continued putting on the hurt lock, and the referee counted. Made no sense whatsoever. I thought really disqualifications is one of WWE's constant struggles. They always do disqualifications all the time. This is a repetitive thing that is it's literally one of the reasons why Raw sucks as a show. That's just my opinion. I just don't like the idea of DQs, but yeah. All right. We also found out that Bad Bunny will be on Raw tonight on Miss TV. Honestly, look, this is a constant thing. This happened last week as well with Edge and his promo. They could have promoted this on USA Network, but they barely promoted it on the show. And this happened the same thing last week with Edge when he was announced to that he was going to have a promo segment on Raw. They did not promote this segment whatsoever. If they had promoted it, they probably would have gotten a higher rating, but they didn't. But yeah, we come back from commercial, and Riddle looks like he literally is out. He doesn't know what happened. He's like, who did I wrestle? All that stuff. And it looks like he has a concussion. We don't know. We don't know if it's a real concussion or if it's a worked concussion. We don't know. We'll see in the future, but yeah. Most likely I think it's a worked concussion. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. All right, we got Randy Orton talking about Edge backstage. He says that he would never come. He says that basically he would have never gotten back. He says that he RKO'd everyone. Edge loved Adam Mercy, and he says he will show no compassion, and Edge will not make it to WrestleMania. So he's literally pissed. And then all of a sudden, we get an announcement that Edge will face Randy Orton on Raw on television, which I don't think was promoted whatsoever. That's just me. I don't think this match was promoted whatsoever. I didn't see any posts about it, but that's just me. I'm wait, Edge is going to be wrestling on Raw? I did not know that. Again, another thing, WWE needs to promote their stuff, because if you don't promote your show, what are you going to do? And I see a lot of Raw commercials on USA. Literally just stick it in there. I mean, granted, it was probably a last minute decision, but at the same time, it's still a bad decision because of the fact that you don't even promote it. That's just my opinion. You have to promote your matches, because if you don't, then you're not going to get that big of a rating. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got Xavier Woods versus Retribution. Literally. All right, let's see. basically we got Xavier Woods still facing Retribution, which we literally get a network exclusive of Mustafa Ali, which this is what bugs me a lot. It says that it's it's a video package of Mustafa Ali literally talking about how Kofi returned and how he took his spot away from the Elimination Chamber because Ali got injured, and then Kofi eventually went to WrestleMania and won the belt, which I was there. One of the greatest moments I will ever witness. Kofi Kingston winning the WWE title at MetLife Stadium, bar none. I mean, even his match with Bryan as well, like in MetLife Stadium at WrestleMania 35, that match was awesome. That was the best match of the night, in my opinion. But yeah, we get that video package, and it says it's a network exclusive, and I'm like, no, it's not. If it's a network exclusive, then you watch it on the network. You say it's a network exclusive, but you air it on television, so it's not a network exclusive. Little stuff like that with WWE, it makes no sense, but whatever. So yeah, it's basically we got Xavier Woods versus Ali, not Xavier Woods versus Retribution. But a couple notes on the match. Both lock up. We got a kick to the gut by Ali. Woods takes out Ali outside the ring, fights outside the ring. Netbreaker by Ali. Ali goes for a couple right hands on Woods. Ali is taking control of the match. Ali goes for a second neckbreaker later on in the match and gets a 2 count. Woods fights back later on after breaking a submission and hits a couple of chops. Woods goes after... he doesn't go after, but Woods goes for a side Russian leg sweep. Ali tries to go for a tornado DDT, but Woods counters with a discus clothesline, which is crazy. Woods goes for a pinfall, but T-Bar interferes without the referee looking. Kofi attacks Retribution. Ali rose up Woods, but kicks out. Retribution literally tries to go after Kofi Kingston, but Woods rolls up Ali to win the match. Overall thoughts, this was not like the best match in the world, nor was not the worst match in the world. But, I mean, we still got Xavier Woods and Retribution feuding, which I honestly, who cares about Retribution? In my opinion, I don't care about Retribution whatsoever. I think it's a jobber group, in my opinion. Retribution, like, they literally try to make it a big deal on both brands, and then they move it only exclusively on Raw, which, if they move it only on Raw, you know something's wrong with it, because Raw is such a bad show. But, yeah, I mean, Retribution. I mean, Xavier Woods looks great. I'm glad Kofi Kingston's back, but I don't think he's like still wrestling. I believe he's still injured. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I thought this is an okay match, a really quick match. But yeah, I'm really going fast because I'm literally filming this like right before Dynamite, and I have to go really quick on this. So excuse me, because we got Beach Break tonight. All right, we got Bad Bunny backstage with Damian Priest. Of course, we got the segment with Bad Bunny on Miz TV. Both Miz and Morrison bring in Bad Bunny. Miz says that he wants to clear the air about what happened last night at the Rumble, which I forgot to talk about Bad Bunny on my Royal Rumble review, which shame on me. I mean, he performed Booker T, which I thought I listened to the song. I actually dug the song with Booker T. I'm a big fan of Booker T. Can you dig it? 5-time WCW champion. But yeah, Miz says he wants to clear the air on Bad Bunny. He says he wants to apologize. Bad Bunny does not want to say anything. Miz asks if Bad Bunny wants to be a WWE superstar, and Bad Bunny says, yeah, it's one of my dreams. Miz gives him an offer saying, oh, we can win Grammys together, all that crap. Bad Bunny refuses. Miz and Morrison get pissed. Damian Priest comes out, so this is his first match on Raw. And then we get Damian Priest versus The Miz. All right, couple notes on this match. Priest hits a flip from the middle rope over the top rope on Miz, which it looked like a senton, but I think it wasn't. Which looked great. I mean, look, I don't watch NXT nowadays. I mean, I would stop by a couple takeovers and stuff, but I'm really, like, not invested in NXT. I'm not, like, invested in it. Like, it's a really good show. It's just that, number one, it's head-to-head with AEW, and, like, watching 2 shows in one night. Not only that, people say, oh, DVR it. Look, it's just a lot of content for me. If NXT moved nights, I'll most likely watch it. And it's a shame for NXT, because NXT shouldn't be put in that predicament. They're used like as like lambs to try to compete against AEW, and I don't think it's right. But that can be another video to talk about that topic. But yeah, Miz hits Priest off the top rope. Miz continues to take control over Damian Priest. All right, let me my God, my laptop is literally messing me up. He taunts. He's taking control over Damian Priest. He taunts at Bad Bunny. Damian Priest gets offense with a couple stiff kicks. And Damian Priest, when it comes to kicks, dude, this guy kicks hard, dude. and he hits a clothesline, of course, hits a broken arrow on Miz and pins Miz, but gets a 2 count. Morrison tries to distract Priest. Miz kicks Priest. Morrison tries to distract the referee so Miz can get the briefcase, but Bad Bunny grabs the case instead. Morrison tries to threaten Bad Bunny, but all of a sudden, Bad Bunny just gives Morrison the briefcase and just slaps the hell out of Morrison, which I thought was really funny. And then Damian Priest hits Reckoning. He hits the Reckoning and gets the 3 count to win the match. Overall, I thought this was a pretty good match. I mean, the involvement with Bad Bunny, I mean, a lot of people are against it. I mean, you had Ryan Satin kind of, I don't want to, for lack of a better term, kind of shill it. He kind of shilled it. I mean, Ryan Satin's a shill. I'm not really that big of a fan of Ryan Satin. That's just my opinion. That's what I believe. And I know a lot of other people in the YouTube wrestling community that really don't like Ryan Satin, in my opinion. But I'm just not a fan of his, in my opinion. But yeah, the involvement of Bad Bunny. Look, he's a mainstream guy. Literally, he's everywhere now. And there's actually rumors that he may wrestle a match at WrestleMania, which if he does, look, I'll watch it, of course. I'm going to watch WrestleMania, okay? Everybody's going to watch WrestleMania, but I'm just not. I'm just afraid, what if he gets injured and stuff? But he's still a mainstream guy, and it can bring, the casual fan in to at least stop by to watch Raw. Now, it'd be kind of weird for a casual fan to watch it Raw in 2021 because Raw is such a bad show. I don't know, but yeah, that's just my stance. But yeah. Next match, we got the Hurt Business. All right, let me see this real quick. All right. Next match, we got the Hurt Business and Shelton Benjamin. We got the Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander versus the Lucha House Party for the Raw Tag Titles. Honestly, a lot of notes I didn't really take about. I didn't take a lot of notes in this match. What I could say about this match is that I didn't care about this match whatsoever. I mean, I'm not that big of a fan of the Lucha House Party. I think, in my opinion, at least, the Lucha House Party. Look, they're really talented. Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado, they're really talented luchadors, but I feel like they're treated like a joke on Raw. The real luchadors are Rey Fenix and Pentagon El Cerro or Pentagon Jr. from AEW. Those are the real luchadors, in my opinion. Though the Lucha Bros are one of the best tag teams in the world, one of the most badass tag teams in the world. But this is a WWE Raw review. I will talk about that on my Dynamite review. I'll talk about Beach Break. I'll upload the video tomorrow. I'm gonna review Beach Break. But yeah, it was a pretty good match. I mean, Grand Metalik. I didn't take notes move by move because I missed a couple, but I didn't want to rewatch because it was just a typical match on Raw. It's for the tag titles as well. Of course, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, of course, are going to retain the belts. I mean, there's a lot of high spots, right? I mean, Metalik hit a sling blade. Let's say Dorado tags in and hits a splash. Metalik is legal now and hits a senton, but gets a 2 count. A knee by Cedric Alexander. Shelton tags in purposely and hits his finisher on Grand Metalik and wins the match. Literally. That was at the end of the match. Throughout the whole match, I didn't get notes on, sadly. But it's your typical tag title match on an episode of Raw. I mean, I didn't really care for it that much. I knew that the Hurt Business were gonna win regardless. But yeah, next up we got our interview with Charlotte, Flair, and Asuka before their match. Charlotte says that Lacey cannot play mind games. She says that Lacey Evans cannot play mind games on her. Asuka says that she was not happy that they lost the match. Yeah, they lost the match at the kickoff of the Royal Rumble, and knows that there was a distraction. And Charlotte says that both of their minds are working on winning back the women's tag titles. And we get a triple threat tag team match, number 1 contenders. So whoever wins this triple threat tag match are the number 1 contenders for the women's tag titles. So the women that are consistent in this match are the team of Asuka and Charlotte versus Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus Lana and Naomi. Naomi's really good in the ring. That's just my opinion. She looks great in the Rumble. Usually when it comes to women's Royal Rumbles, the highlight can be Naomi. Naomi's really talented, in my opinion. She's really good. But yeah, a couple notes on this match. Naomi and Charlotte start. Charlotte takes down Naomi. She hits a Hurricane Rana, which looked really nice. Incredible athleticism by both women. Mandy Rose tags in. Asuka comes in. Pinfall attempt. Lana tags in and Dana Brooke tags in. There's a lot of tag-ins in this match, literally, that I got lost. Back from commercial, Charlotte takes control over Dana Brooke. Mandy Rose tags in. Charlotte rolls up Mandy Rose. Then Asuka tags in. Hits a release German suplex on Mandy Rose. Hits a Shining Wizard but gets a 2 count. But She gets a 2 count on Mandy Rose because Mandy Rose kicked out. Asuka hits a drop kick on the top turnbuckle. Lana tags in. Lana tags Naomi after that, which was weird. I think that's what happened. Literally, a lot of things were going on during that period of time where literally I was lost. Begins to take control of Charlotte and hits a springboard kick on Charlotte's face. Lana tags in and hits double knees to the back of Charlotte. Charlotte hits a big boot on Lana and tries to go for the figure 4 everywhere. And then all of a sudden, everybody's just starting to get involved. There's like a whole brawl going on. Then Charlotte hits a natural selection, but Ric Flair interrupts the match with Lacey Evans. Of course, they're still doing this angle with Ric Flair and Lacey Evans, which I thought was like really dumb in my opinion. But yeah, Naomi hits her rear view and pins Asuka, and then Naomi and Lana are the number 1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Titles. Overall, I thought this was not a bad match. A lot of stuff was going on, especially in the end, to the point where like I couldn't take a lot of notes because I was just confused. I was like, "Wait, what's going on?" But then after that, yeah, I thought the match was pretty good. I mean, really good. Again, Naomi's phenomenal. Lana, I kind of feel bad with how they're booking Lana. I mean, they booked Lana to go through tables by Nia Jax for how many weeks in a row? Like, a rumor behind that is because like WWE management was pissed that her husband Miro, aka Rusev, actually went to AEW. Now they're quote unquote punishing Lana. I don't know if that's the case. That's just a rumor, but yeah. Next up, we got Charlotte Caruso interviewing Drew McIntyre. She asks how Drew is feeling. Drew says it would be an honor to face Edge at WrestleMania, but then he doesn't know what to say. He sounds emotional. Drew says that Sheamus got the match. Most likely the match is going to be at Elimination Chamber. If the match is at WrestleMania, I think it's really dumb, but it's most likely going to be at Elimination Chamber. Next up, we got Carlito and Jeff Hardy versus Elias and Jackson Ryker. Carlito looked really great. Couple notes. Carlito and Elias start the match. Carlito takes down Elias, tags in Jeff Hardy, hits Elias off the top rope. Jackson Ryker tags in. Jeff takes control over Jackson Ryker. Elias tags in. Ryker grabs the towel of Hardy and literally and Elias attacks from behind. Ryker takes over Jeff Hardy. Later on in the match, I'm just literally skipping through a couple notes in the match. Later on in the match, Elias hits a power slam on Hardy. Ryker tags in, tries to do a headbutt but misses. Hardy eventually tags in, and Carlito literally is on fire. Like, he literally is great in this match. He is in phenomenal shape, by the way. He hits a knee strike and a dropkick on Ryker. Elias tags in and rolls up Carlito after Ryker distracts Carlito. Carlito hits a backstabber. Jeff Hardy tags in and hits a swanton bomb and wins the match. Overall, a short match, but a really good match. Jeff Hardy is really good. He should be put in a higher position. Carlito, I don't know how long he's going to be in WWE right now, but he looked really great in this match. Again, look, I heard that report that WWE management backstage were actually really impressed with Carlito. I thought Carlito looked really great in the Rumble, and I thought he looked really great in this match. All right. Then we got Edge delivering a promo backstage, talking about the Royal Rumble. He talks about Randy Orton, says he's going to go bell to bell with him and all that stuff. He delivers a fantastic promo before their match on television, of course. Next up, we got Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross, which they're still doing this thing with Nikki Cross. I mean, like, I'm not that big of a fan of Nikki Cross, in my opinion. I don't like her character. She was like a really badass character when she first went on the main roster, and then they just devalued her whatsoever. I don't know why they devalued her, but she's someone completely different. But yeah, Alexa Bliss, as you know, she's doing really good work as the quote unquote companion for the Fiend. I thought that was at first, when I first heard about that decision, I was like, really? But overall, I thought it was a pretty good decision. All right, notes on the match. Both start to lock up. Nikki pushes and chops Alexa. Nikki hits a crossbody. Nikki pushes Alexa and hits a snap suplex. Pins Alexa, but Alexa kicks out. Alexa starts to fight back with a series of rights and elbows. Tries to pin Nikki twice, but Nikki kicks out twice. Alexa hits a dropkick. She taunts Nikki with a hopscotch and kicks Nikki. Alexa is taking control of the match. Alexa tries to go for a mandible claw, but Nikki retaliates. Cross begins to take control. Alexa's old music plays, and all of a sudden she like transforms into her old self, which was really weird, by the way. She wants to hug Nikki Cross, but literally Nikki just beats her up. Alexa, later, her playground music plays, and then she transforms again. She takes control of the match. She goes for a Sister Abigail, but it was a alternate version of the Sister Abigail, and she puts a twist on it. Literally hits Nikki with her own version of Sister Abigail and wins the match. Overall thoughts, I really think that Alexa Bliss is coming to her own when it comes to this type of character. It was so funny last night on the Royal Rumble where like she was gonna like transform and stuff. All of a sudden, Rhea Ripley just eliminates her. She's like, "Nope, I'm not going through that BS." But yeah, I thought this match was all right. Then after the match, literally, Randy Orton comes in and walks by Alexa Bliss with some crazy eye contact, and I was like, "Aren't these people feuding? They just look at each other." And then the match with Orton and Edge happens like right after. It's great to see Edge wrestling on Raw, by the way. They should just promote it. If they did promote it, I'm sorry if I lied. I don't know if I didn't see anything. So I honestly believe that they did not promote this. They literally announced this like right away. They should have announced this like at least in the morning or the afternoon. But whatever. These people like suck at promoting stuff sometimes. But notes in the match, of course, Edge starts with a crossbody and begins to give a couple right hands on Orton. Edge wants to end the match early, but Orton kicks out. Edge tries to put a submission hold on Edge. Orton takes control. Orton gives a couple of right hands on Edge, hits a knee on Edge's face. Edge tries to counter back, but it's not much for Orton. Edge reverses Orton with an execution. Edge tries to go for a spear, but Orton counters with a power slam. Orton runs Edge's arm on the ring post. Both are outside the ring. Runs Edge back. He runs Edge on the steel steps. Then we go to commercial break. When we return to commercial break, Randy Orton's literally just dominating him. Edge fights back with a couple right hands. Both hit a double clothesline, which looked sick. Edge covers Orton, but Orton kicks out. Edge goes on the top turnbuckle. Orton gives a couple of right hands and goes on the middle ropes. Orton wants to go for a suplex, but Edge fights back. Orton fights back and hits Edge with a he hits a headbutt. My bad, on Orton, and Edge jumps off the top rope on Orton. He covers Orton, but Orton kicks out. Orton tries to go for an RKO, but Edge counters with an execution. Edge pushes Orton outside the ring, hitting the barricade. Edge takes Orton back inside the ring. Edge tries to cover, but Orton rolls out of the ring. Edge leaves the ring, and Orton gives a thumb to the eye. Orton throws Edge spine first on the announce table. Both get back in the ring. Orton throws Edge using the legs neck first on the bottom rope. Orton hits a DDT on the middle rope on Edge. Orton tries to go for the RKO. Weird music plays, and Alexa Bliss literally is sitting on the top turnbuckle, which is weird, with literally like blood dripping from her mouth. Like, that was creepy. That's some horror movie type crap. Edge hits a spear. Alexa costs Orton the match. And yeah, Edge wins. Overall, I thought this match was pretty good. It was better than the WrestleMania match last year, but this should put a closure on Edge and Orton once and for all. I don't want to see them feud anymore. Alexa Bliss causing the match. Of course, this is probably going to cause a match between Orton and The Fiend at WrestleMania, which makes sense. They shouldn't do Orton and Edge because Edge won the Rumble, of course. Now with Edge, he should not face Roman Reigns. It makes no sense. If they are going to do Roman Reigns, because that's the rumored match, which I think is a really dumb decision. Roman should not lose whatsoever. He's the best thing on television, in my opinion. Roman Reigns is really good at what he does now, especially with Paul Heyman. Edge should face Drew McIntyre. He shouldn't even face Finn Balor for the NXT title. He's going to be on NXT, which makes no sense. But he's probably just going to like tease like on who he's going to face, but still, like, I thought it was a dumb decision. But that's just me. But yeah, Orton and Edge was a pretty good match. Edge should face, of course, McIntyre. I think he should win the belt, but I think that he's going to put over young talent. That's just me. We're going to have to see it to believe it. But yeah, overall, this Raw show was okay. I mean, the whole Bad Bunny stuff I thought was all right. The women's tag title match, the number one contenders women's tag title match was pretty good. The Lucha House Party versus the Hurt Business was all right, but like it was a good match, but like I just didn't care for it. There's a lot of stuff in this show that I really didn't care of. Of course, Alexa Bliss, as Brian Alvarez says, is doing magic. Shout out to Brian Alvarez from Wrestling Observer Live, of course. She's doing magic, of course, but like whatever. And Yeah, overall thought it was not a bad Raw. I mean, if you compare it to other Raws from previous weeks, this one, like, I will easily take this Raw better than Raws from previous weeks. But honestly, like, this show was It was not the best show in the world. But yeah, that's my Raw breakdown for February 1st, 2021. Make sure to hit that notification and subscribe for more content. We're going to be reviewing Dynamite. I'm filming it like right after Dynamite ends, and I'm going to upload it tomorrow. And yeah, we got Beach Break in a couple minutes, so I got to go quick. This is Broken Havoc, signing out.